Looks like we got a new friend! Looks like we got a new friend!
Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to Mezame Beyond Time, or Beyond First, we're not sure. Today, before I go around and do everything, I have some things to tell you all, including my social links. Go and check these out, because we all like to be social, and you should be social too. You can check out the Discord where you can find a fun, inclusive community. Twitter, send me a DM and I'll get you a game. It might not be this season unless we have dropouts, but I will get you a game eventually. If I leave you as unread, that means that you are on my radar. The worry, if I replied to you and you didn't reply back, and it's been a while, then maybe message me again, because I use the unread messages as my way of knowing who I have and have not dealt with. So if the last message between us is me to you, send me another message. And YouTube. Go and check out the YouTube. We've got this series on there and everything else on there as well. We also have a Patreon, for which we have just released a new article. So go and check out the article by Derek over there. It is an article actually on you're gonna need a flip. Are you joking? Are you joking? It's an article on what is the article on? It's on prep versus no prep versus minimal prep versus lazy prepping and that sort of thing. So interesting read. I definitely lean all the way off the scale towards the what is prep. Whereas obviously I also know people who are 22 pages in for a 3-hour stream. Yeah, go and check out the Patreon, basically, is what I'm saying. It's a free article as well, so even if you're not a Patreon, go and check it out. What else do I have? I also have merch. Go and check out my merch. It's very nice. It's very, very nice. Talking of merch, I also am sponsored by Bird in the Storm, and all of their merch is for charity. So go and check them out too. Because they are lovely, wonderful people. Our second sponsor is Mezame Press. If you were here at 1 PM today, you would have seen their Space Matter reskin of 5e called Dark Matter, and there's a free 30-page review there if that sounds interesting to you. We do have a tweet today. Every 10 retweets, we will do something. We're going to do a Wild Magic Surge on this show. That's right. We still do a Wild Magic Surge, but, viewers, dear viewers, we have noticed the gigantic stacks of 20s that we are not using and the ones which we are redistributing because they're not working. So we're going to make some changes to make them more playable. First of all, the advantages, like Jess and Anna have, they are going to just become re-rolls. You take the greatest of the roll, where disadvantages will be re-rolls where you take the lower of the 2 rolls. The nat 20s are going to become free fumble points, so they could become like objects in the game or something like that, just something to aid. And I can't remember what we said the nat 1s were going to be. Hindrances?
Yeah, I mean that one still needs a little bit of work, but the nat 20s, a free fumble point is the best way to do.
Yeah. I feel like we'll put some sort of like stacking limit on something as well. It seems obvious to me that if they're plus 1s, then they should be minus 1s, but
yeah, we may keep those as is. I'm thinking maybe limit it to 1 per encounter though.
Cool. Yes, I like that. Okay. That's me gone through all of the stuff and all of the things and all the stuff. Let's go around and say hello to everyone. We've already heard from Jess.
Hi, I'm Jess. I'm your GM. Little Cup of Joe everywhere on the interwebs. Stalk me wherever you wish. I'm on a bunch of shows and things. Yes, tonight we are playing Ryutama as we do every Thursday night in this heavily Japanese-inspired TTRPG goodness. It's normally a very wholesome and waffy and, you know, Hayao Miyazaki's Oregon Trail is the catchphrase for the game, and we are not playing it that way. We're doing some sort of like kind of Inuyasha, kind of, I don't know, pick your favorite anime where you go kicking the butts of mythological things and then eat lots of great food and stuff. It's nice. But yeah, I have a character in this. I have the Ryujin, which is the dragon person that is the storyteller of this. The Ryujin is Kuromoto. We don't really see them in action very much, but know that they are there and always watching the party. So I guess we'll go around. Scratch, you want to introduce your character?
Oh my god, Ikumi, bless her. She thought she was like the greatest fighter that ever lived, and that like everything was fighting, and that she just had to get the #1 headband and then everything would be okay because that was what things were. Then she found out that that's all a lie, and she's like, well, actually, what is the headband then? Does no one have any honor? What the hell does everyone do for honor around here? And like she's been trying to figure that all out, and then she's been sending lots of letters to Tamaramaki about all the different things that have been going on, and the Oni, which are evil, and everyone should fight Oni, but actually these Oni are really nice. And then Etsuko's an Oni as well, and that's like what? Like that's like her best friend or something, and like what? So like maybe Oni aren't evil, and she's just having a complete existential crisis. Nothing is real.
Everything you know is a lie.
Everything is a lie.
I will point out, you all chose this because the Black Ryujin's themes are, among them, is betrayal. Yeah, let's see. What are the themes? Intrigue, betrayal, solving mysteries, assassination, tragedy, madness, decay, aesthetics, being extra, I guess. Deduction, suspense, madness again, just in case you didn't get enough of it. Fear, confusion, depravity, the criminal underworld, and gambling.
Sounds about right.
You know, you chose them.
I think we hit a lot of them as well. I mean, we were very extra with our gambling.
Yeah,
true.
let's say we even have had gambling.
Yeah.
You have. Not so much the criminal underworld yet, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Kent, tell us about yourself and your boy.
Hi, Kent Weeps here. Kent Weeps on Twitch and Twitter now. My guy is Arashi, Yukihara Arashi, and he is a badass guy from a cold world, and he's here to do some shit.
Something like that. Sheena, tell us about your lovely girl and yourself.
Hi, I'm Sheena. I'm like the villain on Twitter and Twitch, and I play Kazumi, who is the mom friend of the group. Mostly just because she apologizes for the rest of her party's behavior most of the time. Yeah.
True facts.
That's,
And then
I can't argue that.
Yeah, I mean that's how that works.
yeah.
Last but absolutely not least, Anna, tell us about your girl and yourself. Some cool stuff happened to her last time.
Oh yeah, definitely. Hello, I'm Anna. I'm gonna be playing Etsuko like every Thursday here. And yeah, last week we found out that she was an Oni, which is kind of cool, pretty badass. And it'll just, things are gonna happen. I just know it.
Well, we know now why she is so strong.
13 out of 10 strong. Found out why.
Yep.
Hashtag FitFam.
Catching a boulder with one hand.
Uh-huh.
Strong, very strong.
That definitely happened. She also acquired a kitten.
Oh, yeah.
Strangely hot strunk, yep.
Yep. Which the kitten may or may not explode. That was a viewer thing. So Etsuko has a kitten now. It's magical. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Is the kitten also an Oni?
No, the kitten is probably a Bakeneko.
Or maybe someday, somehow, my wild magic surge could get into Scraticus's chart.
It's in the chart.
Oh, is it? I haven't checked.
What
But I hope I get it someday.
Number 566.
Ooh,
is
okay.
number 566?
What if you had a bunch of puppies appear, but no harm can come to them, and if anyone attacks them, they become monster pupperinos and still can't get hurt, and their bites and scratches cause 2d12 damage, and they'll receive a letter at night that says, "Thanks for looking after my puppers, love A."
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Oh,
I mean, did you expect anything less from me? Come on.
It's an amazing.
that's
one,
adorable.
It's all in caps lock as well, by the way.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
yeah,
even
I
better.
gotta go look at this now.
Even better.
Looks like we got a new
Are we ready to begin?
I am.
It's been a while. It's been a while. I'm ready.
Yes. So the recap is going to be very important for you, Kent. I suggest you pay attention.
I did watch the VOD.
Do you want to do like a proper recap, or should I go and read one of my letters to Tamara?
You have not. You guys, we're picking up pretty much right where we left off the last time, so you have not had a chance to send those letters. So it's just going to be a standard recap.
Okay.
Although, let's take a quick look.
Excited.
I mean, would you like to read one or both of them?
It's totally. I mean, it's totes up to you.
Yeah, read the second one.
Read the second one. Okay.
Yeah. That's a good recap.
Dear Tamaramaki, we ran into the guy that was terrorizing your town, and he had some troubling news. He claims that he was just doing a job to feed himself and his men, and that his gang mainly tried to stay out of the way. Of course, I challenged him to a duel to the death, as is honorable, especially since he was wearing the Ichihachi Maki. He had more troubling news. He claims to be 900 years old, like us, and that his gang used the headbands as a mean to prove who could run his gang. So I'm kind of having an existential crisis. I thought the headbands were a meaningful possession, a thing to be respected, like calligraphy or a trade, not just some gang. I'll probably still fight him anyway, but I don't know. Oh, and there aren't any kids around here. I can hear Etsuko gaining information as I write you. I'll pick this up later. Oh boy, is there a lot to learn. So it turns out that not only is Ibaraki an Oni, but so is Etsuko. And they have a secret village and stuff, and they won't let us see. But they are harboring the children there because they have, like, Oni blood, and the parents treat them all like hell. Unfortunately, we agreed with him. He had no information on Enma, really, and I'm not really sure if I like him or not. He says some stuff I really agree with, and then in the next sentence, it's like he has no honor at all. They have crazy strength, too. This is all a massive moral dilemma. Despite his lack of honor, he is so likable. Anyway, he is scared of you and mentioned you punching things, and that was nice. Maybe one time we can, like, punch things together, or you can punch things, like I can paint it or something. Hope you are well, Hatanakumi. I think you're muted, Jess.
There we go. The button doesn't like to unstick. That was delightful. Sweet, sweet Ikumi and her good letters to NPC from village number 1, Maki. So yeah, that pretty much covers what was going on. You all sort of solved a little mystery of disappearing children from this village, and it turned out that it was in fact Ibaraki who was doing that. But he had a good reasoning behind it, because honestly, the parents in this village were pretty terrible people. So we are going to pick up that evening. You basically agreed to sort of turn a blind eye. That night, Ibaraki was planning to take the last remaining child away during the night. And you all were just gonna stay out of it, let him do it. You spent much of the day Arashi training and such, but you kind of got the recap from everybody when you returned in the evening. You all settle in for the night after dinner. Is there anything you'd like to do before you turn in? Let's go. Your kitten is very noisy.
Yeah, I just pet it and I go straight to bed.
How is Etsuko feeling after all of this new knowledge?
She's feeling a little bit exhausted. She didn't expect that news. So, she's kind of... Her mind's in a weird place, like she really wants to go see her parents and all this stuff, but doesn't want to leave her friends, etc., etc. So she's mentally exhausted, but she feels okay. Like some sort, or like a part of this huge boulder that she could totally carry herself with one hand, was lifted from her. So
the mystery is gone.
Yeah.
And she does know, she did find out and have it confirmed by Ibaraki that her parents are still alive.
Mm-hmm.
So that's some good news. How is, as you turn in, how is Ikumi feeling tonight?
Ikumi's just got like the total stress sweat thing going on. She's just like sitting there, just like staring. Once again, probably this must be the 3rd or 4th night in a row, staring at the headband on one knee, and I don't know if she did end up with with Miharu's fan, or if I think someone else took it. But
Yeah, I think you guys have been planning to kind of trade it around, or were you?
I think
Was Adachi kind of keeping charge of it?
I mean, last I know, I had it, but we can trade it around. That's fine.
yeah, I probably would have asked to borrow it. So like on the one knee I've got a headband, on the other knee I've got the fan that I just can't remember, and
Mhm.
she's just sitting there, properly stressed, like trying to figure out what the hell's going on. She's a doer.
Yeah.
She's not much of a feeler or a thinker. So all these emotions are a bit overwhelming,
Yeah,
and she wants to punch
Not-
something to make everything okay.
she's not sure how to tackle it, and punching doesn't seem to be the answer right now. How's Adachi doing?
Arashi is still a little in shock from like hearing that Etsuko is Oni or part Oni. But he's also really tired because he spent most of the day training with the swords. So
Yeah, about that, Hisame probably gave you a very rough time all throughout the day,
oh yeah.
but you learned a lot. Tsurara also would have chipped in and given you quite a bit of education. She's a very
Definitely feel as if I
stern
leveled
teacher.
up.
yes, it's like you leveled up.
Yeah.
Tsurara tends to be a very stern but logical sort of teacher. Hisame kind of just insulted you until you did it right and taunted you, and wasn't fun, but in the end it seemed effective. And he did, to your credit, he did pay you compliments when all was said and done at the end. So you may have you leveled up your relationship. You're like sword bros now.
Sword bros. Yeah. That's all I ever wanted was he told me to be sword broed with me.
Hashtag sword bros. That should be a race call.
That sword bros will be our raid call tonight.
Even though it might sound wrong now that I think about
Well,
Yeah, a little bit,
well,
but depends on who we're rating.
Anyway, how's
Someone who'll get it.
Kazumi? Yeah, how's Kazumi doing after all the stuff that's gone on with her lately?
Relieved that she has something else to focus on. Maybe a little worried about Ikomi, just because of everything that's kind of come out from what's happened. But kind of processing things a bit better.
So just settling in.
Yeah.
So you all go to sleep that night. Knowing, of course, if you hear any disturbance, like somebody leaving the inn in the middle of the night, like you've heard once before, you're just going to ignore it because you know what's going on. Much later in the night, Etsuko, you hear a whisper. Where did you store the wakizashi that Ibaraki gave you? Do you have that in your bag, or is it like nearby?
It's in my bag right next to the bed. So
Okay.
if I was on the bed, it'd probably be on the floor right next to me in case we need to get up and I need to text something.
Yeah. So you do hear a voice coming out of that. And this is a small hostel, so you're all actually in the same room.
Mhm.
But you hear, "Hey, let's go. Let's go."
She'd be sleeping with on her stomach, arm kind of dangling from the side.
Your cat is meowing angrily at the sword.
Yeah. Oh, wait,
Are you there?
who is
Hey,
it? I hear a voice. Am I dreaming?
the sword.
Oh yeah,
Let's go.
the sword. I look down and is it glowing at all or anything?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a faint orangey shimmer to it.
Okay.
That kind of pulses with the voice.
Yeah. As my eyes slowly adjust to it, I kind of take it out of the bag and kind of just hold it.
Yeah.
Yeah?
One moment. I need to deal with this.
My cat!
The cat is very loud.
Yeah, I just...
Might it explode?
It's gonna be alright. Just...
Might it explode? No, it's not going to explode. So as you hold the blade, you hear it a bit louder now, like firmly inside your head. You hear Ibaraki. Are you still in the village? You need to get out of there now.
What? Why?
Just all of you, get out of there. They're coming to burn it down.
Oh, okay. And I put it back in the bag. I put it on my shoes and everything, and I'm just like, wake up!
Yeah. So you shout at everybody else. Everyone, what are you all doing?
We have to go. We gotta go. The sword said so. Everything's gonna burn down. We should probably help some people. We gotta go.
Your sword's talking to you.
Your sword's talking to me.
Oh, well then we have to go.
And it's actually not his sword, it's the one Ibaraki gave you.
Oh, snap. Just kidding. Just kidding. Yes, my sword is
There are a lot of talking swords in this game.
So many.
That's a thing now. That's a thing.
Atsuko, when did you get a talking sword? What?
This is not the time. I'll explain later, but we have to go. We're all in danger. She ties her shoes and
Yeah. Arashi gets up and gets his swords back on and heads and follows with.
What about the other two of you? Are you getting up as well?
Oh yeah. Probably putting my shoes on the wrong feet, but I'm up. I'm up.
Yeah.
Ikami quite calmly puts the things she was meditating on in her pack and like stands calmly and just like waits for like orders, essentially, just like.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, following Etsuko, you all start to make your way out. And as
Well,
you
before
do-
we actually walk
Yes.
out,
Yes.
can I ask my sword, do we need to save everybody else? Do we need
There's
to-
no time. You need to just go.
But we should at least
Leave
save
them. What did they do for you anyway?
Well, what's her face gave me delicious food.
Just warn her. Tell her to go.
Okay. And then I go to, I'm assuming I know where her room is.
Yeah, it's basically just one room over. There's not that many here.
Yeah.
And
I know.
Matsu is asleep, so
It's like a.
Mhm.
I'm just
Oh.
like louder.
yeah, the door slides. What is it?
There's no time to explain. You have to get your important things, get ready, and you have to get out. Somebody, I just
What?
saw something, and they're gonna burn the village down, and I don't know why.
What? What?
You
She
have to get
starts. Yeah, she starts kind of gathering a few things, and she throws on a haori over her kimono and starts to kind of follow you all out after grabbing a few things. And she's still kind of questioning as you go.
Mhm.
But when you do step out, there's already a blaze on. The other houses are in the process of being torched.
Can we?
So
Shit.
very bright in the night. You can see the buildings as dark blots silhouetted against the roaring flames all around. Smoke is rising to the stars in angry black plumes. And there's a pack of strangers supervising the chaos. They're not the ones who aren't spreading the blaze are cutting down the people that emerge from the houses. And people are just screaming. And at the forefront of it all, relaxed, hand over the hilt of the two swords at his hip, stands a man with long, wild white hair and dark skin. Unlike the rest, he remains rooted to the spot, just observing peacefully like he's watching the sunset. Up closer, His kimono looks very, very ragged, but it looks like it was once very fine. And in his hand, he holds a long, slender pipe that he just kind of takes a draw from, the embers glowing and winking inside. And he kind of turns, hearing all of you, your sandals scraping the earth. And he reveals just the one good eye. The other has a patch on it, a familiar shade of gold. The other one just looks like it's got some battle scar that's marred his face, hidden. And his other arm is hidden inside the bulk of the kimono, or seems to be. And beside him is Ibaraki, kind of trying and only partly succeeding at hiding the distress on his face as they watch the burning. And that is what you all have come into.
I kind of put my arm. Why did I forget her name?
Matsu?
Matsu.
The woman?
Yeah. Kind of put my arm, kind of trying to protect her in a way, but kind of look around suspiciously. And then I look
What are the rest of you doing?
I'm probably looking to Etsuko or Arashi and just being like, so, what's our play? Are we trying to save people? Are we challenging them to death? What do we do?
Save as many as we can.
Ooh, yeah, let's try to save as many as we can. Right?
Etsuko just nods, and as she kind of looks towards that man.
Matsu, on seeing this man turn, and he's cuts a quite an intimidating figure, she turns and starts to run. He just kind of offhandedly gestures, flicks the pipe, and one of the other members of his gang darts after her and cuts her down.
And I dart after him. Wait, cuts her down? Like he already killed her?
Done.
Oh, son of a... No.
They're fast.
Oh my
But you
God.
do see Ibaraki on seeing that. He's like, Hanaki, why? To the man next to him, who is much taller. And he just looks. It's nothing less than these self-centered wretches deserve. You've seen how they treat us, Ibaraki. I will not let it stand.
Is that...
There's the people you told to run. And he
Your
looks at all
brother.
of you. They definitely look alike. And Ibaraki looks real concerned as he lays eyes on you. I thought I told you to run!
I mean, we could probably cut you all down or something.
She's really strong.
Don't think that's going to be something they're concerned about, Arashi.
Just letting them know. She's really strong.
And I look at everybody, and then I like do a nod, and then I'm just like, let's go.
So you see that man draw a very long sword free with one hand. The other arm seems to just be either hidden or hanging limp at his side. As you look closer, you actually see it. That sleeve is just hanging loose. It appears he does not have his other arm. And Etsuko, when you see that sword, you are struck with a memory.
Memories.
So, you know, that's fun. Kiryu. It wasn't the first weapon you've ever made, but it was the first one you'd crafted start to finish entirely on your own, and you were rightfully proud of it. A masterful Nodachi whose long, deadly blade glittered under the sun as the young lord held it aloft to inspect, while you waited eagerly at his side in the clearing. He smiled at you warmly, but still with that hint of arrogance that dusted his bearing, and he nodded. Then he dropped into a stance with the blade as fluidly as if he'd held it all his life, and with a roar gave a mighty swing that sung through the stalks of bamboo, all ahead until they slid, severed, to tumble in a heap. He tossed his snowy hair back with a shake of his head, then sheathed the blade easily and turned to you properly. I've never seen a blade cut so cleanly, so beautifully. You've outdone your clan with this, Etsu. I could not have asked for a finer gift. He chuckled, pleased, and then plopped a hand on your head with a familiar fondness, as he'd done so many times over the years you grew up together. Shuten Doji, the heir to the Oe clan of Oni, who ruled and defended Kakuremori. And with that memory, you return to the present, and you look at this much more scarred, much more bitter looking, but unmistakably the young lord you used to serve and craft for, Shuten Doji. And he looks at you and seems to pause, blade sinking back into the sheath. Etsu? Is that you?
At this kind of coming back to reality, Etsuko just kind of looks at him wide-eyed and kind of scoots back a little bit. Is that my... And then she just kind of stops and like tries to collect her thoughts.
Everybody else, you see Etsuko just sort of lost in thought momentarily after seeing that blade. And these two seem to recognize each other. This extremely frightening and unabashedly Oni. He is not hiding his horns, unlike Ibaraki, who initially was. Here we go. Show to everybody.
Bay.
Oh my gosh.
Bay.
What are you doing to us, Jess?
Just the usual bullshit.
Right.
You know.
Scrat did say Mezame be on thirst.
Indeed.
And there's so much to drink.
Indeed.
Oh, 1 second. Just 1 second.
As we all literally drink.
I've done finished my tea already. I'm upset.
I think we're making a drinking game out of this.
Every time a new NPC shows up, take a drink. Quench the thirst.
Arashi would like to go up to them and give him his phone number and say, "Call me." Just kidding. Just kidding.
Do it. I ship it.
I'm sorry. Back to seriousness.
Because he'd probably just cut you in half and get on.
Oh, definitely. One-armed swordsman. Yeah, definitely gonna kill me in one shot.
Yeah. For the uninitiated, a Nodachi is effectively a field sword. It's fucking huge. So, Etsuko, you are struck looking at your old friend from back home ages ago, Shuten Doji.
What are you doing here? Why are you doing this?
I might ask the same of you. You disappeared ages ago. Where have you been? Who are they?
These are my friends, and you will not hurt them. And we've been in a cave for 900 years.
Ibaraki, at his side, is looking noticeably less and less comfortable, but he is keeping his silence. And you notice he kind of he's like hanging back a little bit behind his brother, looking considerably more meek than he was when he's on his own.
I think Ikumi would probably notice the way that he's sitting back and just maybe call out to him. I thought you had the first headband, Ibaraki.
He just looks at you, Ikumi, like, and gives a shake, like, sort of a panicked shake of his head. and just stays quite quiet.
I think like she doesn't seem with it. Okay, like she's not. She's like this is gonna be another threat, but her heart's not in it. She's like, like all that strength. It's if you can't use it. Are we doing this?
Shutendoji kind of looks at each of you. You should come back with us, Etsuko. Leave them behind.
I can't leave them.
Why?
Well, because you don't know what we've been through.
What could you have been through with these humans?
With that attitude, I want to go less and less with you guys. But no, I'm not gonna leave them. Unless they can come with me. They will mean you no harm. Not every human is evil.
Ikumi looks at you for a moment. Just looks. like when you say no harm, she's like.
Ikumi's like breaking out a mirror, like looking like, yep, still me.
You kind of, as you say this and defend your friends, that fondness and surprise that was in his eyes kind of starts to fade a little, and you see him go a bit cold. I see. Well, if that's how it's going to be. He turns his back and walks beyond Ibaraki. Ibaraki, deal with them. I'll catch you up at the village.
I have a question before he leaves. Or to you, Jess. Was I close to him?
You're probably a few paces out.
Okay. But back then...
Oh, you mean were you close to him?
Like an emotional thing.
Not like close, but like...
Physically close, or...
like...
Or back in time, were you friends?
Just friends. Like good friends, not like good friends.
You two grew up together. Interpret that however you please.
Okay, so I would... I have so many feelings.
Take a moment to process if you need to. I leave it in your hands what the exact nature of the relation was.
Yeah.
Just you grew up together, so you were childhood friends at the very least.
Yeah, because the way that I'm thinking right now is I want to go give him a hug, but not really, because he's killing a bunch of people and he just killed this woman that I loved and her food.
Yeah.
So, maybe not. Never mind.
Yeah.
So as he says, deal with them, I'm gonna say, I never thought you could be this cold, not to an old friend.
He stops briefly, but he doesn't turn back. And then he just walks away.
What an asshole.
And kind of vanishes into the smoke as the others... a lot of the people are just getting cut down or being barred in their homes as things continue to burn, and Ibaraki is standing there. Right. He draws his sword. I'm sorry. Roll initiative, please.
Oh no. But Ibaraki, we had sake and dinner.
Wow, you're just a dick like your brother.
Is he though?
No.
He looks very torn about having to kill us.
Do initiatives.
Man, the minute you mentioned fire, I was like, I've got a spell to put that out. And I'm like, wait, that's a ritual. Yeah, no, that place is chosen before I can even get that cast.
Ooh!
Look at that initiative check.
Check it! Well done,
It's like my first good roll for initiatives.
Hey, we all rolled pretty good.
All right.
Now let's just hope Jess rolls badly.
Initiative doesn't get rolled by me. They come with a pre-established initiative.
Yeah, I knew that.
Ken was just making sure you knew that.
Yeah, of course.
He was just
Definitely.
asking, for the viewers.
Yes.
We all learned something.
Every time this music comes on, it's just such a bop.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just getting everybody lined up here.
Oh, look at the little fire dude.
Little fire spirits.
I have a
Okay.
question.
What is your question?
Are we like in D&D? Can we also run from a fight?
Ryutama sort of has rules about that, but I think from what's effectively a boss encounter, you cannot.
Oh, does that mean we get 10 items?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me actually check real quick on the running
Like
away.
10 rocks, please.
Ooh, Anna, I have a killer object magic, by the way.
Is it a magical
Okay.
rock?
Let it happen in the game. Don't give it all away.
That's awesome.
So yes, you can choose to run away. The rule is the party may choose to run away if at the end of a round of combat the sum of the party's initiative is equal or greater than the sum of the enemy's initiative. So let me do some quick maths. And I will tell you if you can.
Just to be clear, Ikumi has no part of this running away bullshit.
No,
That-
I figured
she
not.
does not
That's the
know
other
her.
thing is y'all kind of have to agree too. So
Yeah.
This runaway,
What if-
she does not know her at all.
What if we hit Ikumi and then drag her?
I mean, if you can.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. No way.
Drunk enough.
yeah, I don't
Mm.
think your initiative exceeds. Well, actually, no, your initiative may exceed theirs, so you could. But if Ikumi's not gonna do it,
Yeah,
It's not gonna happen.
that's
Yeah.
okay. That's okay.
I'm sorry.
I'll figure it out. No, that's fine.
Oh, it's fun.
It's like what your character would do, so that's okay. But
And
whatever.
it's like that honest not. Well, I'm just doing what my character would do, guys.
Yeah,
God.
yeah, I don't want to do that.
It's not that kind of answer.
no,
It's true.
it's genuinely what is happening here.
Exactly.
All right. Well, so let's get the fighting on. And you can talk during battle. I'm just saying.
Yep.
Say, Jess, would you consider that the burning village would make the weather feel hot?
Stop.
no.
Yes.
Ikumi gets a bonus if it's hot.
I know.
So it should be like the entire game because
It's
all-
not.
That count we're fighting against hot NPCs? Oh.
Why do you think I took that in the first place? Like,
Wrong kind of hot.
Aww.
If only. All right, let's do some items. First item, Ikumi.
Rock.
Let's go. Yeah.
a burning
rock.
roof beam.
Okay.
Ooh,
Burning
nice.
beam.
That's a good one.
I think burning is gonna have a theme throughout our items.
Everything is on fire, literally. So.
It's
Burning pail of water. Wait.
Wait a minute.
Do you want a bucket of water?
No. Actually, yeah.
Okay.
Only if it's smoking.
It's like boiling water.
Ooh.
Smoke in
well,
the
it's
water,
probably
fire
gotten
in the
pretty
sky. Let's do this.
All right, so we've gotten one from Anna, we've gotten one from Gina, we've gotten one from Scrat. Kent.
I
Item.
would like a bottle of sake.
Okay.
Don't throw the accelerant, please.
Oh
That's
God.
what I wanted.
All right, I'm gonna.
Gonna make some Molotov
say-
cocktails there.
That's what I was thinking.
I'm going there and I'm saying corpses because there are dead bodies around.
Ooh.
Oh.
They're objects now.
See, I was going to go one step further. Severed hand. No.
Okay.
No. Well, yeah, that'll work.
Yeah. Someone said
and with a tag of the killer object, you can use the severed hand to slap it.
I would like there to be, amidst all the chaos, a perfect bonsai tree.
Oh.
Yes.
Save the That's our new objective. Save the bonsai tree.
Save that perfect bonsai tree. Anna.
I would like a sandal.
Sandal.
Chancla?
A chancla, yeah.
Kent.
I would like, okay, so we got that, and that. Okay. Some type of wheelbarrow that's on fire.
Okay. And I am gonna say, well, I already did the worst possible one with dead bodies, so you know. Some sort of gardening tools.
A hoe?
Yeah. But we're just gonna say gardening tools.
Okay.
Because I'm not typing hoe.
You know what it is, and I know what it is.
You know what it is.
And that is indeed a hoe. I'm gonna stop now. JK. Cool. Arashi, you are first.
All right. You know what? Arashi is gonna try and plead with Ibaraki in not fighting us.
So do that. We'll play that shit out.
Oh, fuck. Hey man. Wait, do I still have to talk in third person, by the way?
I have not made that effective yet.
Okay, thank God. Okay.
Maybe when we're done with trauma.
Hey man, you know, we've had a really good couple days. We had sake together. I don't understand. I mean, I wasn't here for the last day. I was off training with my two bro swords, and why are you trying to fight us? Your brother seems like a major he should be the one who's trying to kill us, not you. You're kind of like our pal now, right?
Okay, I think you've had enough time to talk. The turns are 6 seconds, dude.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. All that in 6 seconds. He's really fast talking right now. Okay, there we go.
It's like casting message. You gotta count your words.
Yeah, my bad.
He doesn't say anything, but he doesn't look very happy that he has to do this.
Okay.
Do you want to do anything else on your turn? Talking is technically a free action.
Yeah, he would like to cast Shooting Star on one of the little buttos.
Okay.
And I need to
little poofs of flame.
little poofs of flames. Okay, so I have to do a magic check for that, right?
Indeed.
Spirit and inch, right?
Yes.
Boom. That seems good, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
And that is spirit. Ooh, nice. Okay, for 5.
Okay. Very, very nice.
I missed
which-
I missed it earlier. I don't know how I missed it, but I did. Oh no, I didn't. It literally happened a minute ago, and I didn't say anything because I'm still working on my emotes. Drake Iceheart donates for good things to happen to Kent Baby.
Aww.
Thanks, Drake.
Thank you, Drake.
Cool. So that hits. Describe your magic. You gotta do your chants and shit.
Oh yeah, that's right. So, he holds his arms up like this and starts to close his eyes, And he goes, bright star. Wait, crap. Hold on, dyslexia is getting to me. 1 second.
Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight.
No. Bright light, starry night, devastate my foe. Bring them row. You can read, Kent. Shooting star. Bring them woe. Bring them
Cool.
woe.
Whoa.
Shooting star.
Excellent.
You're welcome.
So
And
you
so-
cast your magic. And out go the little shooting stars. At first it almost seems like it doesn't really do anything as it because fire with fire, but you notice, you hear the little thing and it kind of dissipates a little, and it's a little bit smaller. So you see
Oh, that's
it's
so
done
cute.
cute baby fire things.
They're so adorable and probably really deadly.
They're so cute and they burn things. And it's Hibaraki's turn. So he's going to run at you, Arashi, and take a swing, since you are right in front of him. Okay, I think that definitely hits. Let's see. Although he can actually roll twice, but he doesn't really need it. Cool. So he takes a swing at you with his sword for 9 damage.
Alrighty.
You don't have any armor or anything, do you?
We haven't bought any yet, no.
Oh, okay. I would suggest moving to the back row next turn.
Of course, sounds great.
Ikumi, what are you up to?
Ikumi shouts at Ibaraki, "What's the matter? You scared?" And we'll dive in to attack him.
Okay.
Told you were mine.
It's not the way I wanted to spar.
Am I gonna use anything? No, do you know what? She's not even gonna use anything. She's not even gonna do anything cool. She's just gonna just run up and hack at him.
Okay.
And it shows.
Oh. Yeah, that doesn't hit.
Yeah.
So yeah, you come in swinging just with your blade, and he blocks it and pushes back against you. The clash of the two blades send a little bit of sparks, but he doesn't seem to put out a lot of effort to fight you back in return. And you're pushed back to where you began. Kazumi, it is your turn.
I'm torn. To shoot at Ibaraki or shoot at one of the fire dudes? Yeah, I'm gonna take my bow and shoot one of the little fire dudes.
Shoot one of the fire beebs.
Like, we don't have to fight. We don't need to do this.
I thought I told you guys to run.
Unlike you, we're not a coward.
That's 12.
Okay. That definitely hits. Which of the little beebs are you attacking?
The one in front of Ikumi.
Okay. Roll your damage.
1. Womp womp.
You take aim and fire the bow, and it strikes true, but it kind of, you see the arrow just sort of get engulfed in flame, but you did hear it kind of go as it got hit, and it shrunk just a tiny bit. All right, Etsuko, it is your turn. What you doing?
All right. Well,
Fighting
Ibaraki.
your Bay's baby brother.
I know, my base baby bro. I am just gonna take out my axe. Or what did I have? And I'm gonna look at him and just be like, you know, I had a thing for your brother. So I'm not gonna hurt you. Just let us go and you'll never see us again.
He kind of stops. And he doesn't say anything at first. But as the others kind of part ways, the others that are around have pretty much done their business, and when you look around you can see the fires are just kind of burning and they're under their own power. They're not feeding in the flames anymore. He drops his sword. It clatters to the ground. Get going.
As I kind of urge everybody else to go, like, push you guys to leave, I turn back and I look at him and be like, just make sure your brother knows that. And I just start walking very slowly away.
Yeah. And he kind of glances around to make sure there are no others. And then just turns and heads on his way, going in the other direction.
I'm sorry my own kind is like that to you guys. I wish things were different.
They've been hurt. They probably don't see another way but hurting.
We weren't always like that, and it's a shame what they become.
So what are the rest of you doing?
Arashi is doing cure wounds on himself.
Wise decision.
Thank you.
As you start to cast the magic, you hear Tsudara. Young master, are you all right?
The betrayal is just, I don't know. I thought we could trust him, and then he just goes and wants to fight us. I'm sure there's other reasons, but I let my guard down.
Loyalty to family is important to some,
Yeah,
more so than others.
I know.
Do not judge too harshly just yet.
I'll try not to.
You are safe.
She's right. And I'm pretty sure because of that, I am seen as unloyal, untrustworthy now towards my own people. But maybe, I'm not saying tomorrow, but someday, maybe I'll change their mind. And then Etsuko just starts walking. Like, slowly, but just kind of in front of everybody.
How are Kazumi and Ikumi doing?
Kazumi's kind of just gonna look around like, is there anything left saving in this village?
It's all kind of burning down. You see a few people seem to have survived, and they're trying to put out the flames, but after a few minutes they sort of give it up and have just taken what they can salvage from nearby and are getting out of the way of the flames and letting it claim the village. It's not really spreading beyond the buildings and what's burnable here. It seems like probably if left to itself, it'll burn out eventually.
Ikumi is sort of walking She hasn't put her head down. She's following Etsuko. In fact, she's not even holding her sword properly. It's sort of occasionally dragging on the ground at the moment. And, yeah, I think probably just a single tear drops from her face.
Yeah, so you all are sort of standing amidst the wreckage. And eventually the sun comes up and you see dawn start to arrive. Etsuko, you also still have the wakizashi that Ibaraki gave you. It's notably quiet right now, but he didn't reclaim it. So it's not a pretty scene, but you all, are you going to try to stick around to do anything here, or are you just going to move on?
I don't think Etsuko would. Just, she's feeling kind of defeated in many ways. That she feels like she's kind of helpless. So, she's not going to stay.
Okay.
Arashi will oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Arashi's probably gonna follow next to Etsuko, or like try to give her some comfort.
Yeah, as once seeing any other survivors getting out, and at least giving a look to see if they look okay, like they're not grievously injured or hurt, she's gonna follow everyone out because there's nothing left here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you make your way all onto the road. You got enough sleep to recover whatever health you didn't lose. We'll give you that after the battle. Let's go ahead and do condition checks for the day
Boy.
as you set off on the road. Okay. They're not bad, I think. Let's see.
I got a 6. I think I got the lowest.
Which I think still passes, but I'm double checking. Yeah, I mean, you're average. You bomb if it's a 2. So, tell me about how you all are feeling about getting back on the road here. Etsuko, you can bump one of your stats for the day up 1 level because you got over a 10.
Awesome.
Which means physically you're feeling great. Tell me about that.
Sure. So after just being very quiet for most of the day, or after the whole thing happened, Etsuko's just gonna, I guess, has been struggling mentally with a lot of things, especially after that. So she came to the conclusion that she needs to stay strong for her friends because she cares about them. So, just kind of putting this like hard shell on her so she can protect and attack.
Protect and attack. Ikumi's was the lowest, but you feel up to traveling. But how is she feeling?
Oh, she's miserable. She's almost so like
kind of on autopilot a little bit. Definitely on autopilot. Like the fight didn't go well. She didn't get a hit in, and then it all ended before anything even really started getting going. She was probably just about starting to feel good again when they started fighting, and then it all stopped. So she was just like trying to hold it on. She's trying to do the stiff upper lip, but it ain't working. Mm-hmm. Yep. And yes, Adashi, you also get to raise a stat. Anything above a 10, I believe, gets boost.
E.
So, how is Adashi feeling today?
He's
Explain
feeling-
the 12. Feeling pretty
Um,
good physically. At
he's
least.
feeling really good physically. Emotionally is another story, but like he was probably talking to Hisame and Subaru, and kind of got over the funk that he was in later yesterday. Yeah. So he's in high spirits to like kind of continue on for the journey and like try to put this behind him for right now.
Mhm.
And he wants to be there for Etsuko, and hopefully his good mood will get her in a better mood.
And how about Kazumi? You did all right on your condition check. She feels pretty good.
Yeah, she's feeling okay. They got out alive, which is always a plus. She wished it kind of had ended differently. I mean, despite being shitty people, the whole town didn't deserve to die. They just, deserve not to have their kids anymore. But yeah, so I think getting back on the road is going to help get her head cleared and get her refocused.
Okay. So, you all continue on through the day. Let's get the travel check out of the way as you proceed. You are just continuing on in the direction that lay ahead of you, which is actually going to take you in the direction of Kakuremori, where Etsuko is from. Up for grabs if you will find her village, but we shall see. Let's see.
Only in the nar trees.
There's only in them nar trees, yes indeed. And other things too. Okay. So we got...
I am loving all the 12s I'm getting today.
Right? Who did you pay off at Roll20?
I know, right? Seriously.
Please tell us your secret. How much did it cost?
It was $14,000.
One immortal soul.
And yeah, my soul.
That's fine. Oof. Okay, Ikumi, you did not pass the DC, so I believe you need to have your current HP.
Mm-hmm.
Let me double check that. It's been a while.
Round up or round down?
Round down.
Looks like we got a new friend.
Hey, Rhythmic High, thanks for the raid. Welcome.
Yeah, so have the current HP. Yay, raid! Thanks, friends. Everybody else. Oh no, Etsuko, you also did not quite make it. So have your current HP, please. So tell Ikumi first. Tell me what has gone so sour about the traveling that what happened?
So, when you're having a bad day, and it just seems like things keep on piling on. So first, she gets something in her shoe, then she takes her shoe off to try and get something out of her shoe, then she stands in the mud and her foot's all dirty and her trousers get, messed up. And she's walking with wet trousers, and, do you know what? These guys say it isn't cold, but they're just bullshit, okay? It's fucking freezing in this continent. And, the wet trousers doesn't help. And, everything just seems to be, getting on top of her, and she's just totally not in a good place.
All these little mishaps just are adding up, and by the end of the day, she's probably just going to be 1,000% done.
Yeah.
You know what that makes me think of? Okay, didn't you guys watch Supernatural way back?
I lost my shoe.
Episode Bad Day at Black Rock, where Sam has the worst luck ever.
Yep. I remember that. Etsuko, what has gone wrong in the journey today that is messing with her?
I think just her strength for some reason went away. So, you know, she's been kind of same like tripping over things and
Kind of a little distracted, maybe.
yeah, a couple scratches here and there from like some bush that she didn't see and like
Mm-hmm.
you know, just when she thought that the day would be maybe a little bit better today, it just didn't really go that way.
Hasn't quite worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
much
and
as
as you all are traveling through the day, you're putting the rice fields behind you and the greenery, and it's getting a little. It's more scrubs, more a little rockier. It's kind of more. It's just less cultivated looking land on the way into the valley, which is not quite as you remember, Etsuko. You remember it being pretty green leading all the way up into your homeland. So it seems like something probably happened here that kind of destroyed things a long time ago, sometime during your sleep. But you all keep making your way. And are you all chatting at all during this journey, or is everybody pretty quiet?
I think Etsuko's, unless somebody asks her anything, she's not really going to talk to anybody after what happened.
Sure.
So
I imagine the tirade of unpleasantries coming from Akumi would put off most conversation.
Every time something happens, there's just a string of curse words.
I think
Kazumi will go to give Ikumi a hug and then just like kind of retract.
Totally fair.
So you all stop for lunch, and have your rations that you've got, which is a little saddening because it is food that you had saved from what Matsu had been preparing for you. It's delicious, but you know you're never going to have it again. It may in fact be the best onigiri you've ever had, Etsuko, as I burn one of those wild magic surges of yours. They are not French fries, but they are, you know, the best onigiri to be had in the realm.
I forgot I had that.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Okay. Yeah, as she eats it and takes that first, she smells it, it smells amazing. And she takes that first bite and she just like looks up a little bit at everybody and just hoping they're not looking at her. And she just starts silent crying. So just like tears slowly like roll down her face, and just as she thinks about Matsu and how great of a person she was.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just gonna start eating slowly, making sure she savors every single bite.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think probably when Etsuko starts crying, do you know when you're upset and someone else gets upset and there's two ways it can go? You either get upset together or you just don't want to be around them. Ikumi's gonna go for the don't want to be around them and just sort of take herself apart. Sorry, Etsuko.
It's okay.
Yeah, so Ikumi, you step aside. What about the other two? What are you two doing as you are also partaking of delicious onigiri? It probably does occur to each of you as you look to Etsuko and you kind of see her crying. You realize that, oh, this was the food that Matsu had prepared for your trip.
Kazumi's just gonna kind of scoot closer to Etsuko and kind of give her that, that one-armed hug, like, don't cry.
Etsuko starts crying a little bit more.
No, God, I do that. No, too real.
How many did she give us each?
I mean, you have enough for a meal.
Okay.
Two
so,
if you choose to be meager and save them.
Arashi wants to go up to Etsuko and just like head down and just hand out with one of the onigiri and just be like, here you go.
As she is about to take her last bite, she looks up, like still very clearly teary-eyed. And then she's gonna slowly take it. And then just like slowly start eating it again. And then like more tears.
So much sad eating.
Thank you.
Yeah, so lunch is fairly quiet and a little sad. And Etsuko, as you're eating, you feel something kind of stir from your bag set down beside you. And you hear, meow, meow. And the little kitten pops its head out.
I hand the rest of my onigiri to my cat.
Is rice safe for cats?
Oh, I don't know. Is
It
it?
should be
Well,
fine. It should be fine.
It's a magical cat, don't worry.
Yeah.
Considering
like,
they
wait,
make
no.
like out of a lot of grains
Yeah,
and stuff, I'm sure it's fine.
I think it's fine.
And yeah, I feed it
kind of
from my hand.
Yeah, it sniffs at it and kind of does one of these scrunches, pulls a face, and bats at it.
Yeah.
Because onigiri has like vinegar, cats don't like vinegar.
Yeah, I kind of chuckle at that and eat it, and I kind of scratch behind the ear.
Yeah. It gives you a little bunt of the head and purrs and kind of it seems to sense that you're sad and nestles against you. But as it steps fully out of the bag, you actually notice it has 2 tails.
Oh, how is this a new thing, or did I just notice this?
You're not sure. You don't remember seeing 2, but
Yeah.
they're there now.
Okay. Huh. Did you just grow a second tail?
It just looks at you.
Well, as I'm still screaming in the ear, that's pretty special.
Hey, Etsuko.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever name the cat?
Not really. Come to think of it, should we name them together?
Yeah, if I think you should be the one to name it. I mean, it is your cat, right?
Does seem to like you the best right now.
I mean, yeah, not your cat, but yeah, no, he seems to be your cat. Bonded to you in some type of way. Arashi goes trying to pet it. Exactly.
We also have another wild magic surge, just, if it's a relevant point.
Oh, okay.
Perfect. Did Matsu have another name, or do we ever give her a nickname?
No, Matsu's just her name. That was the
Any-
only name I heard.
Okay. What about Maddie? Or
I
Matt?
like Maddie. Maddie's a cute name.
I like Maddie.
What do you like that name? As I look at maybe Maddie.
It just looks at you. Tails are kind of doing this and twining.
Mm-hmm. Well, Maddie it is. So I just like.
All right. So your kitten now has a name. And it just kind of stays by you. Whenever you get ready to go, it nestles back into your bag, out of sight. So, you all head back on the road. Let's do a direction check. Arashi.
I got this.
Who
I
wants to
know.
assist? Before you roll, does anyone want to assist?
Yes. Does anyone want to assist Arashi in his direction checking?
I will.
Okay.
I will. Yeah.
Kazumi, you see Arashi start to do what he does when he looks like he's trying to get his bearings.
Like, wait.
We're going that way.
It's a 7.
Direction
Okay, so you can add a +1 to your direction check. Are you gonna do you have arrow compass or anything like that you want to use?
We'll just chance it.
Looks
Okay.
like we got a new friend.
I think that's the fun of it. Oh my god!
Damn. We definitely not getting lost.
Okay. Yeah, you're
Seriously.
fine.
He sold his soul.
I sold my soul to roll
Yeah, what
20. Jeez.
What did you
Those-
do?
I don't know. That's like the best I've ever rolled in this game.
Delightful. Yeah, you're having a good night there.
I think it's because the swords are telling me where to go.
You know what? Yes, probably.
There we go.
So you go well ahead of the group. And you kind of try to start getting your bearings.
And like I'm all turned around, and I think Hisame is like, "Dude, what are you doing?"
Yeah, you're turning, and you've kind of turned a full circle at least once by this point, and you just hear Hisame. Are you already lost?
I
Why the hell are you so bad at this, and why do they keep making you do it?
I don't know. I was good when I was in Hyoheki, but like everywhere else, it's not ice, and it's really confusing, and I don't know why. And I haven't. It's pressure. I have so much pressure.
Right, whatever. Just okay. Turn 3 steps to your right.
He turns to the left.
Your other right.
Oh, he goes like this.
Jesus.
If Hisame had hands, he would be there like doing the L and R on.
Okay, let's do this. Drop me on the ground.
Okay, and he just wait. He's on the side. Drops like just throw it like not even like nicely. Just goes.
Out. Sword clatters to the ground. And you watch as it spins and then points in a direction. Go that way. Like pick me up before you do, but go that way. That's the way we're going.
So we're going that way. Okay,
Yes,
cool.
That way.
Do you want to help me throughout this process, dude?
Fine.
Okay, cool. You're kind of cool in my book today. I like you.
Great. But how the hell did you do anything before we could talk?
A lot of trial and error and pretending that I wasn't directionally challenged from my left and my right. Don't tell them, please.
Yeah, sure. It'll be our little secret, I
Thanks.
guess. Hey guys, he found the way to go. We're good. You should follow Atoshi everywhere. He's got the best sense of direction.
You're piling it on a little thick there, aren't you?
Sorry. You all heard that, by the way.
Suspicious.
So, yeah.
I'm like, we're going left. And points right, but then just goes, yeah, we're going. Let's go.
Yep. So you head on your way. And the rest of the day passes reasonably quietly as you head further and further into these wastelands, and you find your way up on kind of a ridge toward where a ravine is off to one side. It's a little precarious, but not terribly difficult. But as you're moving, and the evening is setting in, there's a strange glow on the horizon ahead of you that you're not entirely sure what it is. It's kind of a weird, like, pinkish fire. And you hear what you think at first is the sound of drums. And as you look, this like fiery cloud starts to get closer and closer, and it's moving very fast. And it looks like a lot of weasels on fire running at you. Please make a dex check to get the heck out of the way. weasels? Question mark check. Delightful. Okay. Oof. All right. Kazumi, Ikumi, you two do not get out of the way, which is weirdly ironic and fitting considering this was from Scrat's Wild Magic Search.
God dang it.
This moving wall of fiery weasels, which are a real thing, I promise, just kind of trample over you. Adachi and Etsuko, describe how you get the heck out of the way of this stampede.
I think Etsuko is a little bit distracted by her day not going well. So she'll suddenly hear this thud and look up. And as soon as she sees that these weasels are getting close, she's just gonna like panic and then just jump out of the way. Like,
yeah, you dive out of the way, the opposite direction of the ravine, and you hit the dirt just in time to avoid getting caught by them. Arashi, what do? You managed to succeed, so how do you... You're muted.
Arashi was basically like not really on this street or whatever where we were. He was actually like kind of conferring with the swords on where to go. So he kind of just was like wandered off anyway and just like managed to dodge.
So you're just well out of the way of it. You look off to one side and you see just this like flaming horde of, you're not quite sure what, charging at your friends, and you see Kazumi and Ikumi kind of disappear under it while Etsuko dives out of the way and lands beside you.
I just mumble under my breath, they're gonna blame me for this. They're gonna be like, you've led us right into that.
I'm saying it's your fault, but I am saying I blame you.
Kazumi and Ikumi, you are overrun by weasels. Fortunately, they're reasonably small. There's just a lot of them. It's not comfortable, and you end up a bit scratched up and singed. And as they depart, you kind of see one trailing behind them, and he kind of glances over his shoulder and looks at all of you and, sorry, and then continues on.
Hey guys, look, it's a me weasel.
What
But you're safe-ish.
the heck was that?
Did we miss a weasel crossing sign?
No. This is not my fault. I've been leading you.
Did those words come out of my mouth? Did I say anything about blaming you?
I mean, I just, and he just like walks away with a little around his.
It's okay, Arashi. We don't blame you.
So I'm gonna roll for insight, perception, all of that on Scrat's character right now.
Yeah, I think there's an insight check of some kind, isn't there? Pretty sure.
Sense.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let me just like, okay. Oh, there's my bad roll.
That's not bad.
I mean, Ikumi seems a little mad, perhaps.
Yeah,
But she's had a rough day.
she doesn't seem
I s-
that mad. She's
No.
Well, just done.
Yeah. So, it was just one more thing. Of course, a stampede of weasels. Why not?
Of course.
That's what she's at right now. Like Kent was not part of the weasels equation.
I am part of the weebs, though. Sorry. I'm just gonna mute myself now.
Get out. Just. As you're all standing there, Sudara speaks up. It seems to be a stampede of Itachi. Can't imagine what they must be running from, though.
Stampede of what?
Itachi. Weasels. Weasel yokai.
Ah.
They're usually shapeshifters. They travel in groups. They tend to be pranksters, though. That direct approach is strange. Perhaps it is nothing.
Okay.
Are you all right?
Just gonna. Oof.
Just a little singed.
What was the perception check for?
Just like to see if like anything's been stolen or like anything's like just like you said pranksters, so Arashi was just like, I should check myself to see if like anything's been taken, even though he was the farthest one away.
Yep. I would ask that next time, just ask to roll before you do so.
I apologize. Yeah.
No worries. Everything seems to be in order. The rest of you, if you check your belongings, everything seems to be in order. It was just a weasel race, apparently. But you are headed deeper into territory that is owned, last you checked, by yokai. You know this, Etsuko, because it is heading in the direction of your homeland. And as you travel on beyond the ravine, night starts to fall, and you need to make camp. So let's get a camping check out of the way. Who is going to do that?
You know what? Ikumi needs something to do.
Okay.
About to say, Ikumi, why don't you go ahead and make camp?
Perfect, because that would give me the... Okay. Yeah.
Okay. You succeed. So yeah, you set up camp. Describe Ikumi's process tonight as she's getting camp ready for everybody.
Very methodical. Doesn't even put Arashi's bed in like stones or a river or anything. Like lays the fire first, makes a ring of stones around it, then marks out where she's going to put the tent, make sure there's no stones or nests or anything on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Starts putting down the ground, the bedding, then pitches the tent over it, and just very methodical. Doesn't.
Okay.
She's not doing anything fun or exciting at the minute. She's just.
Sure. She's just going about and getting things done. Is there anything you all have to do before you turn in for the evening?
Not yet.
Okay. It's a beautiful, clear night. You can see the stars. Not a lot of clouds. It's fairly cool. You notably have not witnessed that evil wind that seems to blow through and destroy the landscape around you, at least not for a few days. But the image of the burning village still haunts you a little bit from earlier, from the night before. So it sort of mars the beauty of the clear night and the stars above. But you go to sleep for the night. You can recover, double your current HP and MP up to max. And you sleep. And nothing happens at night.
Should I change back my condition check bonus thing back to normal?
We're gonna do a new condition check when you guys wake. So
But for
that
now,
will. No, you don't have to.
Okay.
Because when you wake up, you're gonna re-roll, and if you roll high again, you get to keep the bonus.
Okay.
So with that, Ikumi, you still have the fan, yes?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Okay.
It probably would have been the only thing she checked after the weasels went through, just to make sure that it hadn't been burnt or anything.
Mm-hmm. It seems to have made it through safely. You do notice it still seems to pulse quietly with that white light, and it's fairly warm to the touch, but it's very comforting somehow. One of the few things right now that feels certain in a way.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
She'd spent a long time thinking on that before she actually went to bed. If she does at all, I suppose we'll see how the condition check goes.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's do the condition check. Whoa! Let's go!
Damn. Etsuko's feeling alright.
It's just feeling drunk.
Etsuko's feeling all that good Oni energy.
Big Oni energy.
Big Oni energy. Just wakes up feeling so strong. Beast mode.
There you go.
Okay, everybody's doing quite good, really. Yeah, Etsuko, you can keep your bonus in the same place or move it to a different stat if you wish. Everybody else is mostly all right. How do you wake this morning? It's a clear morning, cool breeze. The sun is coming up and painting the sky a bit pink.
Etsuko wakes up and just feels like she's had the best sleep ever. And when everybody wakes up, or is everybody awake now? I'm assuming. Yeah, so she'll wake up and kind of clean up after herself. Okay, this is a new day. I'm sorry I've been such a downer. But I think we're gonna find new adventure, and hopefully we'll find happy things today. Right, Maddie? And I look at my cat, and I finger gun, yeah.
And the cat kind of sits up on its haunches and does this.
Adorable.
Ikumi probably fell asleep on her face. She was probably kneeling and meditating on the fan again, and then just fell forward eventually, and was just doing the curled up, knees bent into chest, sleep on the floor. And hearing you say that, Etsuko, she'll probably... She's not a talker. She doesn't know how to do this. So she's like... What are we doing on the road?
You mean?
What are we doing? We were hunting Ibaraki because he was breaking the seals, but actually he wasn't breaking the seals, and actually he was an okay guy that we both did and did not fight. And it turns out the headbands don't mean anything, so we're not searching for the #1 headband, and I haven't really heard anything about Enma. What are we doing out here?
Well, I have kind of a plan. What if we try to visit all of the places where we lived to maybe get information or see if we remember anything new? And then, if we hear anything about Enma, we could beat her up.
Find Miharu's span where I grew up.
Ikumi will... You've just given Ikumi purpose. You'll see her visibly sort of steel herself and be like, okay, find our villages, figure out who we are. Got it.
Maybe we'll
I
find
like
more
it.
answers on the way. Yeah.
I mean, I heard from the Ogumo that Hyoheki is all gone, right? Was that Ogumo?
Spider dude.
Yeah, Spider Dude. Did he say that Hyoheki, or was that Maki?
It was
A
like
few
way
people.
back, and
Yeah. A few people have made mention of it.
But
when you
like,
asked about it.
I don't believe them. I think we should go to Hyoheki and to Ikumi's place of fire, whatever. Sure.
Great idea.
I'm down. I'm down. Let's go on an adventure.
Not because it's my idea or anything, but
it's
it's
a
a
good
great
idea. It's a good idea. Etsuko.
And you are
Looks like we got a new
currently
friend.
en route to Kakuremori, which is sort of the direction you were headed in before, and you didn't really change tag. So, with new resolve, you all have your breakfast. Get yourselves ready for the day, and let's roll them travel checks as you set out on the road again.
Oh boy.
You know what? I'm gonna burn a nat 20.
Okay,
I just have a bad feeling.
give yourself a bonus. A
Oh, plus one, right? Right? Yeah. Travel check. +1. All right. Let's do this. It can't be that bad. It can't be that bad. Okay.
You're
Cool.
good. You're rolling
I've-
pretty good tonight.
Yeah.
Just got nervous though, you know?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Ooh, Kazumi, you just made it.
I don't
Alright, everybody-
really understand why I'm getting +1 to everything. I can't figure it out.
You're a minstrel.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Minstrels get +1 on checks related to traveling. So travel checks, camping checks, direction checks.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, all that good on the road stuff you are extra good at.
And always let Arashi do.
Hey, y'all aren't necessarily an optimized party, but that's okay. That's not what Ryutama is about.
I mean, we could have been an optimized party, but we didn't want to be. Just fun fact, we all wanted to go our silly ways.
Where's the fun in that?
You play what is fun.
I mean,
There you
Miyaharu would be like the perfect balance for us, I think.
Well,
Because then we'd have a healer.
he was absolutely your healer and packed a serious magical punch, but he's a frail boy. So you get on the road. Mercifully, there don't appear to be any stampedes of Itachi to get in your way today.
Thank God.
No random weasels.
Whew. Guys, I checked the weather. There will not be any sort of weasel omens in this travel.
It's not cloudy with a chance of weasels.
No weasels.
Oh, such a missed opportunity for an episode title. Dang it.
maybe on YouTube you could change it.
I'm gonna leave that up to Scrat.
Yeah.
So you all travel on. Everybody did great on their travel checks. So how do you help each other today as you travel along? Now that Ikumi, for instance, has renewed purpose, Etsuko, you have kind of taken time and you have energized yourself again. Was rough, but you are, back and ready to try and succeed. How are you all helping each other along on today's journey as you go through this wasteland?
I think Etsuko would probably, whoever was leading the way and was doing awesome, I'm sure. I'd be like, oh wait, hold on. Okay, so there was this thing about this flower, and I start telling like a tale about this flower that once fought in a war, but realized there was like peace to be had, and I don't know, stuff like that.
Yeah,
To kind of ease the tension and to keep people motivated, and like,
yeah.
they all might be stories, just stories. but kind of keeping everybody
Mm-hmm.
up.
Yeah. So you tell stories along the way to up everybody's spirits.
I think Arashian is like playfully making fun of Ikumi in a way that like it's actually good banter today and not like very malicious, because they've both like found a new sense of purpose and all of that, and they're just like having fun with it, and there's not like an undertone of like really just annoyance with each other today.
How about you, Ikumi?
I can see that Ikumi is just genuinely annoyed, but she sort of like humors him for the sake of the group.
Sure.
You know, that sort of like, yeah, this is all fine. This is all fine. God damn it.
She's like, yeah, you're such a jokester. Whack.
It's like the little brother who wants to hang out with the older sibling, and they're just like, you're so funny. Okay, bye.
We're having the best day ever. Yep.
Totally.
Yeah. Kazumi, how about you? How are you uplifting the group on today's journey?
She kind of hesitates before she does anything. Just kind of wait to see if Ikumi's feeling a bit more like herself. Because she has noticed that Ikumi hasn't been just kind of, joking with the others and, just trying to keep everyone in good spirits, smiling.
Okay. So the day goes on and it's mercifully uneventful. It's a nice, relatively peaceful trip. Not too difficult of a hike through. You stop for lunch. There's a moment or two where Etsuko, you have a bit of panic because you can't find the kitten. And it turns out that it went and hid in Kazumi's pack at lunchtime and kind of springs on you and then rides on your shoulder the rest of the way. And so, as the pink hues of evening on this day start to paint the sky, you come upon a small roadside shrine, little better than a Ryu statue with an offering bowl before it, filled with a few coins and flowers. There's a chunk taken out of the stone base with a shape that sparks a memory, first in Ikumi. So you start to remember Ikumi, and you feel your hand kind of unconsciously go to the fan tucked in your waistband. You'd all been forced to rest by this very shrine after Miharu had been taken with exhaustion. He was of a considerably more frail constitution than the rest of you, but determined nevertheless to see his journey through. Kazumi and Etsuko had gone to collect wood for a campfire. Arashi had taken the oxen from the cart you had at the time off to graze. You stayed not too far off, Ikumi, practicing your steps down by the riverbank nearby, after Miharu assured you that he would call should he need anything. How much trouble could one boy get into, tired and seated in one spot, right? The distressed cry that sounded sometime later, sending the birds skyward in a terrified torrent, was the only answer you needed. A lot. Rushing back to where you left Miharu, you find him sprawled on the ground, clothing stained crimson with blood. Nearby, nearly in his lap, lay a man, probably a bandit by the look of him, unconscious and similarly painted. Beside Miharu lay the Tanto dagger you left him with, the blade naked out of the sheath, red as Miharu sobs uncontrollably, shaking. And you are actively in this memory and may respond to what you see.
Miharu, are you okay? I walk over and I'll kneel next to him, put an arm on his shoulder.
I didn't mean to. He came up, demanded money, and I used to... Is he dead? Ikumi.
I'll look over at the body. Is this a mortal wound? Oh, it's dead.
He's bleeding out. He's probably not going to survive.
You made a good blow against him, Miharu.
I shouldn't have done that. Ikumi-san, what do?
I pull him in for a hug. It's okay. It's okay to defend oneself against bad people. You can't let people push you around or take things from you without at least a challenge. And if they're not ready to face that challenge, then that's on them, not you.
He buries his face into your kimono and holds onto you, sobbing for a while. The rest of you in this scene in the past, as you return, you see this scene of the man that looks to have been slain and Ikumi holding a sobbing, seems to have been bloodied Miharu. What do you do? Arashi, you return first. With the cart, with the oxen having grazed, and you come back and you see this scene.
This is the where
This is in the
Miharu's.
past.
Yeah. Oh, Miharu, what happened?
A bandit.
Kind of.
I'll interrupt him. A bandit attacked, and I dealt with it. Miharu was very close to the action.
Miharu kind of looks at you distressed, but doesn't say anything. Ikumi.
Did they have a headband?
Nope.
Okay. You look really shaken, Miharu. Do you need anything? Do you need some water from this? Do you need?
I'll be all right.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Do I see any like blood on his hands or anything? And like
He's-
kind of like,
The front of him looks pretty spattered with blood.
and like there's none on Ikumi.
Well, other than when she hugged him and got it on her from that way. But it's hard to tell how that occurred. Could have been Ikumi splattered or him. It's hard to tell. But he seems incredibly shaken for someone who was just nearby.
Right, and I think Arashi would like kind of pick that up, and I know that Ikumi's trying to like hide it a little bit, but
She is shooting daggers at you.
So Ikumi, should we talk about this later?
I don't see any need. It was a simple kill.
Oh. All right, well.
And when Miharu's not looking, she'll nod at you.
All right, yeah, simple kill. That sounds good. I go up to like Miharu and be like, I'm so sorry that you are shaken by this, and I'm glad that Ikumi was there to protect you.
He kind of nods a little uncertainly. And Etsuko and Kazumi, you return and see this scene as well.
Oh my god. Are you guys okay?
Happened.
It's a good question. Are you injured at all, Miharu?
He kind of looks down and seeing the blood, he sort of starts to tremble again. No, I'm fine. I should get out of this. I'll be all right, I think. And he stands and he's very unsteady, Ikumi. You see him almost kind of tumble against you. I'm sorry, you give me some.
At this point, I rushed over to him and like check him, making sure he's not like bleeding out. It's not his own blood.
Yeah, he doesn't appear to have any wounds that would have caused him to bleed, and certainly not all of that. He looks a little. You can see a little bit of bruising, and he looks like maybe he took a tumble and scraped against the stone a bit. You see a chunk of stone taken out of the little shrine that he had been seated nearby. That looks like some pretty rough altercation took place. But no, he's not badly wounded or injured. He's just very shaken, and his eyes are red from crying, and he looks like a bit of a mess.
Yeah. As I finish like checking him like this, you know, like everything, like eyes, I just go like the works. Who did this to you? I am gonna go and punch them. And like you could see like visibly Etsuko's just like
Raging, but not really raging.
Yeah. Not barbarian raging, it's different.
Just angry rage.
Friend ranging.
Would you
Oh
say
my
it's
God.
an Oni rage?
When you rage
Oni.
now, do you get horns?
I think I do.
Probably.
Hashtag not a barbarian.
Yeah.
Not a barbarian, just an Oni.
Yeah, you know, it's the simple things in life.
Not a barbarian, but only just.
Stop.
God damn it.
This is where I say I quit.
Our plan has succeeded. Etsuko, you look around and you do see a body lying on the ground that presumably was probably a bandit or some sort of Ronin or ruffian.
Yeah.
That definitely. He's dead now. He was bleeding out pretty good. And you see the dagger that Ikumi usually, one of Ikumi's weapons that she usually carries, is there on the ground nearby.
Did you finish him off? And I look over towards Ikumi.
Miharu's still in earshot, right?
Mm-hmm. He's gotten to his feet and he's just kind of standing against the shrine, trying to.
Yes.
He just looks lost as he tries to figure out what to do.
Yes, but it was very close.
I look at you and like I squint and I give you that like kind of crazy look, like don't lie to me.
And I give you the look, the
And I just nod.
So much nonverbal communication happening. Right
Yeah.
now.
Oh yeah, it's intense. We've like honed in our craft, you know. Non-talking craft.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing you got to him before. Anywho. Well,
I'm
glad you're
good. Go clean up.
Yoro,
Give
let me
me-
help you.
All right. Thank you, Kazumi-san. You go to help him get all the bloody stuff off and into something clean.
Yeah.
And Ikumi, you come back to the present. And you all, as you each beheld that little chunk of stone, you kind of all were struck with that memory. But Ikumi, it felt... It's the first really clear memory you've had of Miharu since waking. How does that strike you?
I think she's sort of gonna see this as a sign that their goal is good. Like, since they've decided to have purpose again, now they've had a vision. Or a memory, rather, but still... It's almost like she sees it as Miharu approves
Mm-hmm.
of what they're doing, so she sort of, like, takes comfort in it.
Yeah, and the fan you can feel is quite warm to the touch, still, and just sort of seems to gently pulse as if with a heartbeat. The rest of you were also struck with this memory, and bit by bit, things are feeling more familiar again. And how are you all doing?
Etsuko goes back to her like memory, and as she comes out of it, you can clearly see her horn sticking out, like she's mad. And then she kind of shakes it off and realizes that it was just a memory. And kind of looks around at everybody. Did you guys get that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sheena, you're muted.
What?
And you're back.
There we go.
I hate
You're good
this
now.
internet.
Yes, I was there.
Yeah.
I remember that day. It was very angry.
Shaken up.
So here's a question. Did you all talk after Miharu was off safely out of earshot? Ikumi, did you tell them the truth?
I think it probably did come out. Like, it was very clear that I was lying. And I think the TLDR of that conversation was that I was like, look, okay, yeah, he did it, but he doesn't have to admit it this way. He can blame it on me, and it's up to him whether he wants to deal with that or not.
How did you all react to that?
Yeah, Atsuko would probably be like, that was the first time he's ever hurt anyone or anything.
Mm-hmm. You're muted, Sheena. Curses.
No wonder he was so shaken up.
Mm-hmm. I miss him.
It was like his innocence needed to be preserved.
Mm-hmm.
He was the best type of boy.
He was a goof.
And I think that, like, keeping his innocence pure from at least his perception of us thinking that it was Ikumi was a good thing that you did, Ikumi.
I didn't really think about it at the time. But hey, he was definitely the best boy out of the ones we had to choose from. And I'll stretch. And, mic drop on Arashi.
He certainly was.
And
And
you
Arashi
walk
just
away.
goes. Arashi just is like, yeah, he was.
I
We'll
nod.
say, we'll retroactively, if you want to go ahead and whoever wants to throw the camping check. But we'll say this conversation you've all been having, your reminiscing was around the campfire. Because by the time you got to the shrine, it was evening, and it was a good spot to camp. It was filled
Yeah.
with memories.
I can go and take that again if no one else wants to. Turns out I'm actually really ridiculously good at it.
Totally make him.
We'll let you this time and forever.
All right, cool. Good job. Y'all can double your current HP and MP up to max.
Back to full.
Woo! So yeah, as you have dinner, you all kind of reminisce about this memory that you've gotten back, and it kind of evolves into other memories that you realize you have about your time and your travels with Miharu. Things are starting to kind of come back to you over time, it seems. And Etsuko, gradually, your horns definitely do pop out from time to time when you're angry, you've discovered, or
Yep.
rediscovered, as the case may be. But you now have that instinct back of how to hide them.
Yeah.
It was shaky at first when Ibaraki tried to explain to you and did badly because he's not good with words.
Rip.
But you've kind of gotten the hang of it again.
Oni on, Oni off. Oni
Yeah.
on, Oni off.
Yeah, I'm getting the hang of this thing. And like I poke them. Like I do like a mad face and like a happy face and like a mad face and a happy face. They like pop in and out.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Horns
cool?
on,
I don't-
horns
Yeah. And I like look at everybody and like do the same face.
Can I touch it?
Yeah, that's fine. And I like, as you're about to touch it, I like hide them, and then
Just like pokes
Yeah,
her in the head.
Poke her in the forehead.
There- Oh. Oh, okay.
yeah, just kidding. You can't.
Just kidding.
And
JK.
I'll bring him out.
Always have to ask for consent, though, right, Etsuko?
Yep.
If you do in fact touch them, they're quite sharp. She could hurt someone if she like rammed into them.
Are you sure you want to touch them? And I like whoosh, get closer.
They look sharp. That's all I wanted to know.
It's okay. You can touch it.
I'm gonna slowly go again and try to touch
I
it.
intimidate him with my eyeballs.
And he just has like the water drop just going.
Yeah.
Boink.
Yeah.
They're sharp.
And like, you know, there's like just it's like probably like what, hitting it, touching a knife, pricking yourself with a knife or something.
I mean, if you didn't like go at it very roughly, if you just touched it,
Yeah, I
it's
think
like
you'd be
touching a
fine.
knife point. You don't necessarily cut yourself.
I don't know. Knowing my luck, I do.
No, I think I wouldn't let you like press on them very hard.
Yeah. See,
So you're
you
fine.
you get a sense that it's very sharp and pointy. You
Oh,
probably-
those are sharp.
Odin. And then I just like wax off.
Yeah.
And then just like
They're gone.
go and chill. Can I tell you guys something? So, when back at that village, I remembered something. That sword that he had, I made that.
For
For him.
Ibaraki?
No, for Shuten.
Oh.
No. And I remembered something that, well, I actually made a lot of weapons, but that was the first weapon that I did by myself. And we were very close, but I remembered that I really loved him at some point, and it's a shame that, you know, things have to be this way for you guys to be hated just because you're humans.
Did you date him?
At the word date, she just like turns red and like she's so she's blushing, clearly
Yeah.
anime blushing.
Yeah, Etsuko, your face is like the color of your hair.
Yeah. Well, no, not really. I don't know if I don't think he knew that I liked him. But, I just didn't really want to expose myself like that, because what if he didn't like me, you know, and, I mean, it doesn't matter now.
Mm.
Jess.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. She wrote, "Notice me, senpai," in the chat.
Oh no.
But it's really sad to know that we'll never get to that point. We'll never be there. I mean, like 900 years have passed. So, you know, I'm pretty sure we've both changed a lot since.
I mean, we've been stuck in a trance for like that amount of time. We don't know what he's been doing.
Yeah, and I'm kind of scared to find out what else he's been doing if that's how he treated those people in the town.
Baraki did say that he's the reason your parents are still alive, though.
That's true. At least I'd have to thank him for that. But I doubt it'll be anytime soon.
So wait, Etsuko. You can live much longer than us, huh? That realization just comes to Arashi. He's like, "Oh, you're an Oni." Like it just like he knew it before, and now it's just like, "Oh." That's cool.
Well, I wouldn't say cool necessarily. I feel kind of ashamed to be what I am right now. But maybe it'll change. And she awkwardly laughs to like herself. I just don't want you guys to feel like the world hates you or my kind hates you. Even though they clearly do. But I'm sure it's not all of them.
Can't judge a whole people by the actions of a few. I mean, that's essentially what they're doing to us, so...
Yeah, maybe someday I'll be able to talk to them. But... I don't know. But we're here now. It's gonna be okay. And we'll have lots of adventures.
Yes.
Right, Ikumi?
Yes, indeed. We'll have many adventures.
So
I don't hate you or your people. I don't know what evil is right now, but you're not it.
I think Ibaraki is right. I think the only true evil that we know is Enma.
And we need to find a way to stop this chaos.
We're on the right path.
Well, I guess we should just turn in.
Yeah.
So you all kind of finish up your dinner. It's another nice, clear night, and you can see the stars. A few constellations you remember from your childhood, particularly Etsuko, since it's in your vicinity where you grew up. Which there's a little bit of a bittersweet sense to it, because you can remember sitting and looking up through the forest canopy at the stars with Shuten when you were all much, much younger. And would basically sneak off on little adventures out in the wilds for a few extra hours. Which upset your parents quite a bit, but, you know, you were kids.
I was a rebel.
That's right. And you remember him sometimes not being terribly interested in dealing with the learning of being a lord, and sometimes he would take a day off and go spend it with you instead. And other memories come along. And you all go to sleep that night, feeling a little more whole. Some of it's bittersweet, but ultimately you feel better for knowing now what you didn't have before. And morning comes. So we will do another round of condition checks.
Mm.
Oof. Okay.
Arashi, did you sleep on a rock?
Yeah, I think Ikumi put like a big, like sharp boulder.
Mm. Well, she was actually irritated with you, so maybe that was
Yeah.
was that perhaps the passive manifestation of that?
Actually
I think
got just as bad as you, so did we itching powder each other or something?
We may have, you know, I may have been like, hey, one more joke. I think I put like wet socks or wet, like just your sleeping bag was cold or something, or like your inside area, I put like ice in it. I put ice in your area.
You cast candy ice cube into it and it
I
melted
did.
and it's cold.
Yeah.
You
Savage.
bastard. Yeah, so that you're not out of shape, so you all are fine, but wow, you guys were very close.
So I think definitely, scratch the itching powder. What happened was when she found the wet patch in the ice, she just went along while you were sleeping and just kicked you in the head. Right?
That makes sense for why he woke up with this big old bruise right here. Just like, morning. How's everyone? I don't sleep so well. I don't know what it was.
Arashi, did something bite you?
Oh, what? Oh, and it's like bruised and everything. Oh, I may have like slammed my head against a boulder. I don't know.
Looks like you should put some ice on that.
I look over at Ikumi, like I feel the tension.
I see you. Mm, I see you.
Sick burn from the fire girl.
It's okay. I've got ice to quell it.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a little bit of a rough morning for a couple of you, but you get on your way.
Oh my god.
The day in general is pretty good. And by this point, you do make your way to the edge of a very familiar forest for you, Etsuko. The tall, very deep bamboo forest. You make your way through, taking the steps carefully. You do you feel like you remember the way, but it's somewhat slow going as you have to kind of pause every so often and really regather your bearings.
Mm-hmm.
And there are strange noises that constantly permeate this wood. You hear odd calls that may be birds or some sort of insect. You're not sure. Maybe
Not
spirits.
weasels, though.
Not weasels.
Okay.
No more fiery weasels. And occasionally, as you all look, when you look back the way you came, you sometimes think you see maybe a dog or a wolf, black. Hard to tell. Sometimes you feel like maybe it's just a shadow, and you can never quite see it clearly, but it's a little spooky. And as you make your way through toward a clearing, you hear the drawing of steel all around you and the knocking of arrows, and you see all around you Oni emerge from the bushes, and that is where we were going to end.
No.
No.
Why?
Ah.
Because we have a town to build.
So did we just casually stumble into the Oni village?
You might have.
Maybe.
No.
My direction was really good, wasn't it?
Or you're gonna get taken to it one way or another.
So I get to see Bay again?
Angry Hot Bay.
Maybe he'll notice you this time.
Do we need to get a second look at Shuten Doji?
Yes.
I'm already looking.
Okay. There you go. There you
Making
go.
sure I fall in love a little more.
There you go.
Mm.
He may only have one eye and one arm now, but he's still hot.
He's still a handful, I bet.
Oh,
Yes, I went there. Yes, I did.
Hey.
Some people think puns are bad, but ultimately they're harmless.
Uh,
Strat. That's you. That's not even fair.
right?
Yeah, you gotta give him a hand for that one.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh god.
God help us all.
I see what you did there. I see.
How was the session, everyone?
Oh, such a wild, emotional ride.
It was.
How are we feeling? Are we okay?
I'm glad that we got. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go for it. That's all.
I'm glad we got another like flashback with Miharu because that's always nice.
Good.
Yeah, that's all.
I think Anna summed it up best when she like just had to stop and be like, "I've got so many emotions." I was like, "Yes, yes."
Excellent. So yeah, let's build a town, but I need to quickly refresh water. I think, do we want to let the stream see this process? I don't think they've seen the town building.
Oh,
yeah,
damn.
sure, we can totally do that with them.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll grab some water and then we'll do some town building.
Yeah.
In the meantime,
so
I'll dance. I'll keep you.
yeah. So we will refresh, and then we're gonna build the next town. I'm gonna give you guys the document so you can take a look at it.
It's a perfect chance for Etsuko to start writing her next letter to Tamarumaki.
Excuse me, Mr. Oni, before you kill us, can you get this letter to Mutsuki?
Are you a mailman? All right, there you guys go. That's the link to the world building document, except it's the wrong one. Hold on.
Oh.
It's the one from 2 villages ago. Because I'm on top of everything. Yep, I am.
Yeah.
Totally. Come on. So the way this process works, to elucidate for our friends in chat, part of Ryutama, world building is collaborative. It's an exercise that the entire group goes through before we start playing the game. And each time, usually at the end of each session, part of the process would be to build towns. We're moving a bit slower than that, and every time, they leave an area, we're building the town. So in this case, they've just left one town behind, although it's not a town anymore. It's a burnt out husk. Oopsie. And we're going to build their next location together. And perhaps chat can help. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have filled in a couple of things on this one. It hasn't, all the towns already have names because there is a pattern to it. I have indicated the ruler or representative because it's Shuten Doji and you've met him and we know he rules this place. And we know roughly what the environment is, but the rest is going to be up to us. So you guys noodle on that. I will be back in just about a minute.
Noodles.
Oh, noodles.
Oh, I want
Love
noodles.
Me too.
God, the only thing that I've eaten today was not even a good thing to eat, so.
Alice.
What was it?
Oh, it was Carl's Jr. I had a spicy chicken sandwich.
I like the spicy chicken sandwiches from there.
I mean, it was good, but like, I could have just made egg and rice.
I guess. Guess so. But speaking of egg and rice, on this town creation sheet, there's many things to have that we need to fill in. But sights, sounds, and scents. Maybe one of the scents could be egg and rice.
Or like ramen. I don't think we've had a good bowl of ramen yet.
Really?
I don't even remember.
For some
I think
reason,
we
thought
had-
the first that we did.
We had like omanyaki, I think. Scrat, did we have ramen yet?
We had Gyoza.
Don't think we have had ramen yet. No.
Okay. We're talking about food.
Yum. I heard ramen. That was
Yeah,
the
have
first
we-
word I heard when I came back.
Have we had ramen yet?
I don't think so.
I think we need a smell of like just rich black garlic ramen or some shoyu or just all types. A ramen house. It's just that's their thing,
You
ramen.
know,
Drake?
maybe
Yeah, I was about to say
Oni
Drake.
love ramen.
Yeah. Drake chimes in with one of the scents should be Onibe.
But what does he smell like?
He smells
Other
like
than-
ramen.
Yeah, it's so
Up to Anna.
Not that
Oh yeah.
I don't know. What would he smell like? Now that I'm like actually thinking about it now.
Fire and brimstone, perhaps?
Yeah.
I mean, if he smells constantly of charcoal, are you sure this is your bae? Because you know that sounds.
Well,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Maybe
She likes
tea.
making weapons. Maybe she likes the smell of her smithy.
Oh yeah.
that's what I was thinking.
I mean, he probably smells a bit like that because he spent so much time in the smithy to hang out.
Oh.
Now it's just because he burns everything that he comes into contact with. But
Yeah.
There you go.
Unfortunately.
Originally, it was so pure.
So next episode is going to be a wedding episode.
No. Too soon. Too soon.
Like what? A shotgun wedding? Well,
Maybe.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oni with guns seems like a bad idea.
Oh yeah. I
Seems
think
like the
so.
worst idea.
sure. Why not? Why not?
Let's give them firearms. This is fine.
Ooh.
And this is how the world ends.
They don't need them. They're super strong, so.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah, town. Let's build a town. And I'm sorry for kicking your feelings in the face, Drake. I just caught up on chat. Population options. We have our village, town, or city. A city is like 50,000. Like a city is very, very big. Let me get back to the directions in the Ryu Tama book.
Because I'm thinking, how many Oni were left?
Enough that they're not, in danger of extinction, but they have a pretty good reason to want to hide.
I mean, it's been 900 years. They could have like a hidden big city if they wanted to.
Potentially, but they're not behaving quite in that way.
Okay.
But let me see, where's the rules that town creation rules? Where we'll go. Okay, so village would be 50 to 500 people. Town would be 500 to 5,000. City is 5,000 to 20,000, or a large city, which is more than 20,000 people. I'm going to say probably not city or large city, but they could be a village or a town.
I like
What's a village?
village.
Okay. How many are we thinking? The range is 50 to 500.
Like 3,000-ish? No?
Outside village.
Yeah.
Oh, you
500
want?
is the max for village.
Oh, 500. Yeah. Like 250.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last village you went to was like an eye blink, so
That's
like-
true.
it was like maybe 50 people. All right, so we'll say 250.
It's like they do also have like the like Oni blooded children too at that village too, right?
Yeah, they've been gathering them
So-
from overtime.
So there could be a decent size, even though they're trying to keep their place hidden.
Anna, you lived here, or lived in the old version of the village.
Yeah.
Give me some representative buildings. What might they have chosen to rebuild?
To give you a brief moment to think, Drake donates, asking if this is enough to get the party plot armor for Oni guns. I don't think that
What?
I don't think that one's gonna go through.
What?
Twitter Vecna was saying donation bait Oni with guns.
So Drake's preemptively giving plot armor against Oni guns.
How else would you like to use that? Because I don't think Oni guns are gonna happen.
No.
They could have crossbows.
They have bows.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to totally interrupt your thinking process, Anna. You carry on.
Would this village be...
If it helps to refresh the description of your homeland of Kakuremori, which is where this village is.
Oh, okay.
Forest secreted away deep in a misty valley with a beautiful river flowing through it. Those who managed to make the trip to Kakuremori and successfully find it would be treated to wonderful bathhouses and a thriving moonlit market where, once upon a time, human, yokai, and kami alike would mingle. The valley itself was run and defended by powerful samurai, or Oni as we now know them, though they were not necessarily governors so much as guardians, and your family were well-respected crafters.
Okay, so basically this was, like, Shuten was kind of, like, one of the
one of the ruling class, yeah. He basically would have inherited and become close to the local lord as they rank it.
Yeah. Okay. What if there was like a black with gold outlining, or it could be any other thing. Not a 2-story building, but where the royalty lived, essentially.
So like,
it's like
some kind of castle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, what was that movie? I want to say Jackie Chan was in it, but for some reason, I have in my mind this kind of big but 1-story, kind of like Japanese home.
Yeah, like a nice Japanese estate, probably with a garden
Yeah.
or something in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little pond or whatever. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Sounds pretty.
Unless Shuten had like other family colors that you would know. Maybe that could be the color of the castle, but it doesn't really matter.
He's in black and white because I haven't decided colors yet.
Okay.
So that sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Cool. Sheena, specialty goods in this place. They are in a deep, deep secret bamboo forest with a beautiful river.
Trying to think of something to do with the river. Maybe fishing. Like a certain type of fish that really can only be found with this river.
Okay. Yeah, so some kind of not that they're exporting it anywhere because they hate everybody, but you know. It's all theirs.
But it is specialty.
It's a special fish. Cool. How about it, like, produced goods? Fish is kind of like a raw product. What things might they make or craft?
Is it obvious to say weapons?
Nope. I mean, it's true.
Yeah.
So really fine weaponry.
Yeah.
Cool. Scraticus, sights, sounds, and scents. I think we said ramen. We want the scent of ramen.
Ramen sounds good, yeah. I'd quite like it to. It's Oni, right? So am I thinking fiery sort of like thing?
I mean, generally they can have alignment to fire, but they're just ultimately like really strong.
Regular people.
Yeah, stronger than the average, long-lived, and they can have some interesting supernatural powers, but not strictly aligned to an element per se.
Maybe there could be some sort of like incense or something that burns, that they burn ritualistically or something. That...
Oh, yeah. What scent do we think that might be?
I would imagine like a smoky, ashy sort of like, you know.
Yeah, something a bit wooden.
Like,
Oh, peaty, like good whiskey.
Oh,
oh yeah.
okay,
That's what. Yeah.
nice.
Good job.
Yeah, that
Scott.
seems on par. Cool. How about sites? What unique sites are here? They're in the midst of a bamboo forest. There is a river nearby, so I'm going to say that you probably can hear the river.
All I'm thinking is crouching down. No, I'm just gonna mute myself. Yeah, there we go. That's the one with the bamboo fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Maybe some like demonic style architecture as well. I imagine the architecture would be weird to all of us,
Probably.
except for Etsuko, to whom it would probably be very familiar.
Yeah.
Oh,
Their
neat.
statuary is probably very sharp compared to things you're used to.
Yeah, I can see that.
As a solid analog to Western fantasy, let's think of them like orcs.
Yeah. So sort of like
Just
when
a
you're
little
playing
more refined.
Oblivion and you go from Anvil into the first plane of Oblivion and you're like, whoa, yeah.
Yeah.
But not so red.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, can I just say that I'm gonna do so much research on Oni after this is after today.
Right.
Because
Have I got things for you?
I already looked up a YouTube video
Go
after.
down the fun rabbit hole of reading about actual Shuten Doji and Ibaraki Doji.
I'm down.
They're fun. Okay, so kind of spiny looking architectural structures and statues. What's a particularly beautiful sight in this place? Anyone?
Shooting.
Well, yes, but he's not always there.
Oh, just kidding.
God.
Oh
my god.
A pretty thing.
Do you think they would have rebuilt the bathhouses?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
They're
What
definitely
you're
bathhouse.
telling me is we need an onsen episode?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. So they have onsen. I'm gonna actually put that in the representative buildings.
And like maybe they have like armor that we can buy. Who knows?
That's
Funny.
bold of you to assume they would ever sell you anything.
You're right. Oh my gosh.
I think I've worked out a tactic to try and get a sword, but we need to be at least on level ground.
Okay.
Looking at you, Etsuko.
Oh.
No pressure?
All right, cool. Town's threats. Well, humans is one.
So us?
Themselves.
Do they have like an equivalent of like fae things or nymphs or things that like play jokes and threaten trying to reveal them to things?
There are various types of spirits and yokai and things. There's probably they're near water, so we'll say kappa.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Maybe
yeah.
a Kappa syndicate of crime.
Oh god.
But maybe they like constantly try and lure villagers or fishermen down the river towards the thing to reveal their location or something. Just mischievous things.
Sure. So they just cause a lot of mischief.
Kappa Crime Syndicate. Who would have thought on a Twitch channel we'd ever see that combination of words?
Jesus.
Kappa.
All right. Is there anything else we want to include here? I'm going to assume if they've got ramen scents all over the place, I think ramen might be one of their specialties.
Or like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like spicy ramen.
Yes.
Oh, you guys, I really want ramen now. I mean,
I might have
Okay.
to go to Portsmouth tomorrow and go back to my little Oriental shop and buy all the ramen.
Oh my god.
Go
I really want ramen.
We do.
I live less than a mile away from one of the finest ramen places in this city,
I don't know where I live.
but I think they're closed right now.
That is
Okay, you
Barely.
think you got problems. It's 5 a.m. I'm ready for dinner, and it's 5 a.m. I can't order pizza, I can't go to McDonald's, I can't do anything.
Oh god, I'm sorry.
go to Nando's.
They're not open, Ken.
I know.
All right. Well, I think we've built ourselves a town, which you will be visiting or being taken prisoner in next episode. One of the
What
two.
would happen?
Yeah. What happened? Poor Itsuko. So I guess that's our session. What do we got to do for outros today?
Oh yeah,
Briefly staring at Shuten Doji once more. You know, it's all good.
That's all the outro we need. Bye.
Peace.
why don't we go round in reverse order and give you guys a chance to say who you are, what your favourite part was, and where we can find you. So we'll start with who we finished on, Anna. Oh, hi, Anna.
Oh, hi. I had a great time. I loved this episode because I like the idea of Etsuko just having kind of somebody new reappear in her life that she didn't know she loved. So we out here trying to find love, but in the wrong places, the wrong people, murderers. But yeah, I think my favorite part, I don't know, I think this whole episode was my favorite. The feel.
This one was very, very much a lot of Etsuko content. A lot of good content for our small Oni girl.
So small. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really pick one. Because I liked... No, I don't know. Can I just pick the whole thing? Is that allowed?
All of it. All of it. I liked all of it.
All of the things.
All of the things, please. But yeah. Yeah, so you can find me places and stuff and things. Twitch as Cyborg Pizza. Twitter is AnnaBphoto. Also Instagram, AnnaBphoto. And Patreon, AnnaBphoto.
I got you. I got you.
Like, oh yeah.
All those places.
Yeah.
Support her. She's awesome.
Please do. Next, we have the wonderful Sheena.
No. Oh, this was such a good episode. I think probably one of my favorite parts was in the flashback, Ikumi immediately like leaping to take the blame for the bandit's death to save Miharu. Yeah, that was just a real good moment. But yeah, I am like the Villain on Twitch and Twitter, and when I'm not playing here every Thursday night, I play over on the Castle Mac channel every other Wednesday night, and I'll usually be found here in chat.
And next around we have Kent Weebs.
Oh, hi, I'm Kent Weebs. You can find me on Twitch as Kent Weebs, on Twitter as Kent Weebs. I'm a variety streamer who hasn't been streaming in like 26 days. It's gonna change, guys, I promise. But yeah, my favorite episode of or okay, my
Mighty
favorite
Ducks.
thing that happened today on this episode was all of it, because it was a really good episode, and I think the best part was I rolled so freaking well that next week I'm gonna roll all the bad rolls. And thanks for the awesomeness of Jess, who lets us go along with this bullshit and is amazing. And okay, next is go. I don't know who's next. I think Jess is next. I don't know.
Tell me, Ken. You mean you're not known as K Stormhide anymore?
I am no longer Stay Stormhide.
Oh, this is such new news. When did this
The
happen?
variety streamer formerly known as
Ken, a symbol.
Case.
I mean, I used to be Kent Hyde, who turned into Kent Weaves, and there was no Kent Hyde available for Twitter, so I was K Stormhide. And now I'm like, oh, I can use both Kent Weaves for Twitch and Twitter. And I did that like 2 days ago or so, or more. I don't
Gotta
remember.
keep your brand in line.
I got a brand because,
Don't
I'm a
you-
variety streamer on Twitch and Twitter.
Don't you let no name hold you down, Ken. You're a beautiful flower. You just bloom.
Just look, next time I change my name, I will let everyone know that I'm a part of and not ruin their beautiful overlays.
Of course, partially joking.
I know, right? Partially.
Only partially.
Only
joking.
partially.
I'll do my favorite bit before I go to you, Jez. I had lots of little favorite bits. One of my favorite moments as a player was when I realized I'm gonna move Shootin' Doji, just because I realized that even back when Jess did the artwork, she give Akumi a melancholy smile, as though all of this was premedicated. I literally, I was looking at a picture, oh, she does kind of look sad, and I was like, Anyway, that aside, my favorite moment was, I think probably Etsuko's reaction to the onigiri and stuff. I felt like a dick for the way the character reacted, but I really enjoyed that. Or the many times that no, scratch that. It was the moment when you said that Shuten was like her childhood friend, and Anna was just like. Amazing.
Listen, I know what's good.
It's good.
I got your tropes right here.
Yes.
My favorite part. I really think after this latest Miharu memory, when you all started reminiscing, watching you all start to talk about that moment, and just actually allowing me to skip you around in time and reacting to it with aplomb. Well done, everyone. And it was very nice to see. And it was wonderful to watch Ikumi jump to protect small, sad, sweet Miharu. That was really nice. Our precious boy, who must be protected at all costs.
We failed.
Well,
We failed.
don't worry about that right now. You can find me as Little Cup of Joe on Twitter and Twitch. I'm on a bunch of other RPG channels. Just follow me on Twitter to find out what I'm doing and when. It's probably faster. But most importantly for me, on the weekends, late at night, if you like this good Japanese type bullshit, I stream Hakuoki, which is a otome game, a dating sim, basically. But it's all about Japanese history and samurai that may or may not be vampires. It's weird but good.
It sounds totally on brand.
It's 100% on brand. It's fantastic. It's a great game. We have a wonderful chat that has a great time. And additionally, this Sunday, the other Ryutama game that I run on my own channel, The Promise Tree, is going to have its second episode. That has a quartet of good childhood friends trying to save their tree that seems to have vanished. And it's very sweet and very JRPG feelsy. So that'll be at noon Pacific on Sunday, if you're interested.
And where was that again, Jess?
My Twitch channel.
On your very own Twitch channel? That's amazing. I can't wait to
My
tune in.
very own.
Speaking of Sunday, let me remind everyone in the U.S. that this Saturday night, Sunday morning ends daylight savings time. So if you're in an area that honors that, remember to fall back.
Screw them
we
clocks.
sleep
We
more?
don't do that shit where I'm at.
That actually makes it more of a problem for you, Jess. Remember
Yeah, it
that-
does. It means
remember
I have
that-
to shift my life by an hour.
Yeah, remember that the streams follow EST, so like
Oh. I have to make a
you have
mental
to get
note.
to us like an hour earlier, I think.
No, later.
Is it?
Yeah. I basically do everything an hour later,
Yeah, everything goes an hour later. Oh my.
which is just I'm used to it now. It's fine.
It's fine. This is fine. It's all fine.
I am starting a petition to get rid of like time zones.
Please.
If you'd
How do
like-
how do we do that exactly?
Well, people were like, "Oh, we've got UTC. UTC's great. Use UTC." And I'm like, "No, UTC sucks. No one's awake on UTC time. There's like 10 people living on one small island just off of Europe. No."
What even is UTC? I say
it's-
as a dumb American.
It's basically GMT.
Oh,
They just slapped Universal Time Constant on it and were like, "Well, we had the British Empire, so that's where UTC goes. That's the Universal Time Constant." And I'm like, "Well, no one's awake."
That's what I think about that.
yeah, UTC, because everyone knows what that is. Clearly,
Anyway,
time zones are
that's
fun.
my little rant about UTC being bullshit. Yeah, okay, so things. Social things. Here are my social things. Go and be part of the social things. Here are my promotion things. Go and look at the promotion things. They're really nice. Patreon, we've got a new article out today, so go and check that out, because it's cool. And there's pretty pictures and stuff, and it's like 500 words, so it'll take like 15 minutes to read, and it's all about like prep versus no prep and that sort of thing, so like, you know, check that out. What else do I have? I have sponsors, and I will talk about those a little bit. Bird and Storm Publishing, they are completely for charity. They are just generating merch and cups at the minute, but in January we will be running a they'll be running some content for us between shows, so it'll be like a little like once a week episode thing that gets replayed between episodes, so you guys can keep up with the episode and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, that'd be cool. And we also have Mage Hand Press, who we play their 5e Space Reskin Dark Matter at 1 PM on Thursdays. Yes, that's today, like 9 hours ago or something. Check it out, it's pretty cool. And there's a free 30-page review and pre-order material there if that interests you. Now. I'm looking across at my board of people currently live and or playing Dungeons & Dragons. I can't see many people, but I can see someone playing Dungeons & Dragons. Let's just go and have a quick look at their Prime adverts, because Prime's bullshit now. So I'm going to keep on filling for a bit whilst I actually see what's going on over there. You know, we're full-time now, guys. You guys should check it out. It's, you know, Mondays to Thursdays, 1 PM, 6 PM, and 10 PM EST. That's when we're live. Also on Fridays at 1 PM EST on the Greyhawk channel. And every other week at 8 PM right here. And this week is our week. So tomorrow it'll be right here. We'll be playing Lady Blackbird, where the Imperials rule and Outcasts are bullshit.
Blackbird is so good.
And yes, it looks like there is a nice diverse cast over there. People playing all traditional tabletop on an actual table with drawn maps on the table. So that looks amazing. Let's head over and check them out. Whoa. That's what I should have been filling with. What's our raid cry?
What is our raid cry?
Sword Bros.
Oni Bay?
eBay.
Only Bay for life. Got it.
Oh no.
There it is about Scrat Hype. There it is with some Scrat Hype. Cool. When we get in there, guys, yeah, light up the chat with hype, and we'll see you all next time. Keep on evoking emotions. We'll see you later. Bye!